really just trying to hone in on playing the first 10 minutes as like not perfect but consistently as
Um,
possible, and then also trying to get understanding like tempo and just like really be in those positions where like enemy made like two fatal mistakes, game's over, but I understand why it's over and all that stuff, you know what I mean, instead of like
no,
just getting lucky.
I'm very excited to just have to focus on the first 10 minutes, not a 40-minute game. All right.
Yeah, this one,
Okay.
yeah, it was 40 minutes because I made a bad play at like minute 10 or like 11, and like kind of got them back into the lead.
Uh,
But I'm starting to understand as Viego what my game plan is as far as like get to 2.5, maybe 3 items, and then just start really playing team fights good
mm,
and playing around with strong people.
sounds good. This all looks good. I like how long you held it. The normal thing is not to flash Q, but you're gonna Q here and then flash auto. That's the normal. You never flash Q auto. It's always like Q, and then as your Q's midair, then you'll flash and you'll auto attack. If that makes sense, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Just slightly faster because the slower you go, the higher chance you get that this guy's E's come back up. You know.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, this is obviously a really good start. You should slam the game at this from this, right? Now our plan is to full clear down and play for Dragon. Jack's getting spot
Also,
lane. Sorry.
I also had a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is more towards the first clear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've
Sure.
seen multiple different variations with Viego. Is it chickens into red Krugs, or is it Krugs into red then Scuttle? Because I tried doing Scuttle and or Krugs into red, and I was like so late for Scuttle. I'm
Uh,
trying to figure out what's like the correct pathing
it's not about
for
Viego.
as far as
This is not Viego. This is every jungle in the game. Most jungles just do Raptor's shred. You always want to do your usually doing the small camps first, and then doing the buffs last is safer and better for your clear.
okay.
So you just have to practice. Just go and practice tool because this is shouldn't be. I agree with you. It should not. It should not be 340. You definitely are just doing this slowly. If we want, I could look at some of the clear stuff for you.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Uh, Cute. Cute. Okay. You should queue all of them. Missed one. It's fine. W. Yep. You shouldn't. Yeah. You got W the big one. Queue it again. Okay. That's like 2 seconds lost. You don't have to lock back. You can just queue it. You can just queue it. That's like that's 4 seconds. This wolf camp's 4 seconds faster. So the clearing is always really small stuff. You should queue all of them
Mhm.
in here. Yeah, you only this first W queue is perfect. This one you missed a small one. Then you W the small one. We should only W the big one. Then you should be queuing off repeat. The second your queue's back up, you should be using it. But here your queue came back up right now, and it took you 1, 2, 3. It took you 3 seconds to queue it, and your queue's only a 4 second cooldown. If you're taking 3 seconds to throw it, then you could have thrown an entire extra queue as well. You know.
Got
And
you.
then your queue would
Okay.
have been up by now instead, because remember the 3 seconds. And then here you could just leave, and then when the wolves are here, then you'll just queue them, right? So this entire camp is already like 4 to 5 seconds slower unnecessarily. Then now let's look at this raptor. Never have to the rule on wolves and raptors is you basically never have to auto the small ones ever. You just hit the big one, and your Q and the Pokemon will kill it itself. So here you auto the small one, not necessarily. Okay, this looks good. Q all of them. Yep. Yeah, the Raptors weren't bad. The Raptors are fine. Spam Q, 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 Q. Yeah. Yeah, you can using it right when it spawns.
I guess I just need to be using
You're
Q a lot
yeah
more and then
yeah
make sure I'm hitting
yeah.
the
There's no point to
big.
W the small one, and then there's no point to the auto the small one either. So that's 2 seconds wasted. Uh, okay. And then I go back to this blue ground, but I didn't watch this. Yeah, I mean you're wasting smite damage. Like the smite does 600, and you're smiting at 548. So that's an extra auto you did unnecessarily. That's 1 second. Each auto you mess up is a second because your auto is 0.67 a second. So if anything, it's like a sec. So every time you mess up an auto, it's like wasting it's actually wasting more than a second. You know. Um,
Okay.
and then so a lot of times you just leave this camp at like 720. It's already too low. You could leave the skip at 720 and then go pull Grump, and then you could Grump smite the blue, and you could queue both of them together, and then just smite the blue. You know, like the way you did it
Gotcha.
here, this is perfect. But actually, no, it wasn't. You actually missed queue on the Grump. So you should walk a little more in, and then it's gonna queue both of them.
Mhm.
And then also keep in mind, um, you smite at 540, but normally you'd smite it at like 650, and then this Q will kill it as well. You know, so it's actually like
Mhm.
so this is like 4 seconds wasted because now you're also killing the Gromp slower because you didn't kill the Gromp. So this is like 4 seconds. The Wolves are like 4 seconds. The Krugs are like 3 seconds wasted as well. So that's 4, 8, 12, and then boom. Instead of clearing at your 340, you did clear 12 seconds fast. And also keep in mind, the faster you clear the camp, the faster you start the other camp. So it kind of snowballs, compacts, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there it is. I very rarely look at
Okay.
I very rarely look at clears with people because they should figure out themselves. But you said you only want to focus on the first 10 minutes, so in my head it's fine.
Yeah, I figured most games in plat. Right now that's why I'm a plat right now. I
Hmm.
figure most games could be won or lost within 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, no. My opinion, people should really only review the first 15 minutes. Everything that is where you get the most value. There's obviously plenty of important stuff to value in mid late game, but first you should like master the early game and then focus on that. So I agree with you. So far, I mean everything looks normal. Gank mid. Obviously, the do dragon base for Kraken.
Oh my god. Wait, you
Full,
didn't know?
now we're gonna full clear down. Kind of wasted a bit of time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was going on here? What was the idea here?
I want to check
Okay, well, it's been checked.
Krug
It's been
or
checked.
Grubs.
It's been checked right now. So you just checked it. Boom. What's now?
I think correct play would be to just full camp or just be willing to trade Grubs. I already got first dragon, bronze top, but Rise is walking back to mid,
Mhm.
and top lane and jungle is missing, so there's like no point. Yeah, it's kind of wasting time here.
Yeah, I mean this entire. You already checked it. Like you said, you wanted to check it. You already checked it, right? Because like let's
Mm.
count it from. So you checked it at literally 8:01. So and then let's see when you leave. You leave at what time is it in the game right now? 8:20. Is that 2? 8:22.
821.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8:21. So it's been 22 seconds right from right now. In 22 seconds, you'd be finishing your wolves by now. If you did the ground wolves, finishing wolves, and then but then also if you want to fight grubs, then you'll also be level 7, so you're actually gonna be stronger for the grub fight. And then because you're never fighting it before because your rise wasn't here as you said. So if you were gonna fight it now you actually could fight it 3v3 because now your rise is back, your Brum has push, and now you're level 7. So now you could fight it. But now you're gonna so but now funny enough you're actually late to this fight because now you're on your Grump. If you already killed your Grump and Wolves, you'd be here. You actually be here right now earlier with your bomb, and then this actually would be winning because you have you have number advantage because your top laner has push. So you're actually funny enough by being early, you're by being early here, you're now gonna be late. By being early when it's suboptimal to fight, you're gonna be late when it's optimal to fight. Like right now, it's suboptimal to fight. Your Braum is what's it called? Last sitting under tower. Your Rise is in base. Right now is not a fight because right now you'll never you have no top laner, you have no mid laner. This
Yeah.
fight now is actually good because your Braum has push and your mid. You're actually now both your Soul Laners have push. So this would have been a beautiful fight. But by the time you get here, Braum already dies. So now it's no longer 3v3. Now it's a 2v3. But if you got here 10 seconds earlier, I very much believe that you know probably could have saved Braum and then killed these guys earlier. And then look how low they were. I think you would have probably triple killed them. Maybe Braum dies at the end of it, but it would be three for one, and you get all 3 grubs. Maybe you lose like one of them. You're
Yeah.
just late to it because you were here early. Does that make sense?
I, yeah. I think I also just kind of misplayed here too. I got like two tunnel on the Jax. Should have just. So I think I let the York just auto me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I mistimed my ult to counter his stun, so I ended up getting stunned even
And
after
then do
position.
we know Vex has no flash? We know this because we burned it, don't we? Didn't you burn Vex flash?
She she burnt
Well,
Flash when I first ganked her.
it was here, right? So this is what this is at 4.
Yeah.
Was it here or was it earlier? I forget. Let's watch.
No, I think it might have been like in the beginning of the like after the first clear. Because she, if I'm not mistaken, she
Yeah,
flashed
here.
over the wall and then yeah.
So is it here?
Yeah, because yeah, she flashed over the wall and started walking. Yeah,
Yeah.
right here.
So
Yeah.
this is at 3:43. So her flash is at 8:43. So she has no flash here. So for this grub fight, her flash, if you're able to track, she has no. Actually, I guess never mind. Just came back up. That's crazy. I was gonna say if you're tracking her flash, you can also just ignore everyone and just flash ult her. But if she has flash, you can because she'll just flash it, so it's fine. But yeah, I think if you were just here at this fight earlier, you would have killed all three. No one on your team would have died besides maybe Braum, and you get most of the grubs. And then also you have the second option of just, as you said, if you're on these camps earlier, imagine you just finish your wolves right now, and they start grubs now, and you just finish your wolves now. Well, now you do, Raptors, and then take his entire bot side, or Raptors into gank bot, because their bot is actually pushing, if you could tell the map, and their bot are playing mobile champions. Their bot is what, Soraka, Aphelios. Both champs have no
Yeah,
dashes
Soraka,
and no
Affiliate.
speed ups, so no dashes, no speed ups. I think both are fine. I think the 3-3 for grubs is winning because you have Kraken, and I think the bot trades good. I think both are fine, but you have to be on time for both. You have to, if you're gonna fight grubs, you have to be here earlier. If you wanna go for bot, you have to obviously not fight grubs. I think both are
Okay.
completely winning.
Just
But yeah,
just make a decision faster.
yeah, you can never be late. When you're playing ahead, you want to be high tempo. You want to be everywhere on the map as fast as possible.
Gotcha.
Which means no
Okay.
waste of time. Which means no posturing like you're gonna fight when a fight is impossible because your team's not ready to fight.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if I'm this Jax, and I see you go this, and I just go and take your entire bot side. You're not like you have such a big lead, and you just lose your entire quadrant, and then your bot's weak side, and then he does Raptors, Red Krugs, and then he just goes behind your bot lane and ganks your bot lane. Somehow now like the game just goes like it's completely flipped on its head, Like the Jax just dives your bot lane here if he wants to, right? He's bad, so he
Okay.
doesn't. But you see how like it just
How much worse it could have
yeah the
gotten.
map kind of just explodes for no reason. Game's still fine. Soraka goes mid. We base. I think let me go back. I want to use press tab. Let me go back. So you press tab when you're in base, hopefully. Let's see. Instead of buying this, I would buy this pickaxe, to be honest with you. Cloak is so useless early
Okay.
game as viego. It's like so useless. If I could look for any excuse not to buy cloak, I'll do it. Also buy boots. Yeah, I would just buy. Yeah, you could buy boots. I buy Dirk boot. I'd rather buy Dirk boots or pure pickaxe there. Not going cloak over boots is diabolical.
Yeah, I kind of messed up here. I was playing after work, so I got lazy, didn't check my runes. I'm actually running the wrong runes right now. I'm running Electrocute.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like Conqueror for
You
boots.
haven't pressed. I personally don't fast forward, so I don't miss it. You haven't pressed tab in 40 seconds. I need you to press tab to see who's strong, who's weak, because you're just opting into a trade line. But oh, here we go. Finally, this is earlier though. So your mid's stronger than their mid. You're stronger. You're stronger than their jungle. Your bot lane's weaker than their bot lane. No, there's nothing to trade for. I think you could do for something. You could go for something because you're strong. If you're weak, I think you're doing here is correct. Let's say you're like 1-1 this game, you're not strong at all. I think you have to give Dragon. You cannot do a bot play. You have to just hope to kill this thing because you're actually strong. Even though your bot lane's weak, unless Jax is literally holding their hand, if you ever just sneak into bot lane push or just gank try like gank bot, if you ever see Jax show on this ward or Jax shows mid or Jax shows on his top camps, there's no reason why you can't fast gank bot. Again, Phyllis and Stark are both immobile. You have flash, W, ult. They have no cleanse. If you ever show bot and just flash W, ult the Straka or the Phyllis, how are they not gonna die? Your bot lane could be 0 and 20. That doesn't change what you can do. Again, that's why I say if you're 1-1, I think what you're doing is correct. But since you're 4-1-2 with strong items, and their bot lane is super squishy immobiles, your bot lane can be at least 0-20, and who's telling you can't one shot Soraka if she face checks Tribush? You know what I mean? That's why I
Yeah,
don't think you just have to give this objective, especially because your mid laner is strong. So you can play with your Ryze. Ryze has a global ult. You guys can shift down with Ryze ult and four-man their bot lane. Even if Jax is there, at that point it won't matter, right? I think you're too like. I think you're like, oh my Smolder 0-3, bot lane's too behind. I'm just gonna trade. I think you're just like leaving them out to dry. Again, I'm not saying to fight with a Smolder. I'm just saying to um
just look for the
there's
opportunity.
nothing to do top side. Like this is not really important to do. You have Braum top. He's not getting gold on him doesn't really matter, right? And
Mhm.
and there's you still have the ability to impact the map. That's what I'm saying. If you're Sweaker, you couldn't. If their bot lane was playing Ezreal, you couldn't. If their bot lane's playing Azai, you couldn't. But you're strong, and their bot lane's playing immobile squishy champion, so you still have the ability to impact their lane. You know. I don't think you could just.
Okay.
I don't think you'll win this game by just ignoring balling forever and keep playing for Braum top. I'll put it that way. I think eventually we have to get gold on Smolder. Eventually we have to take Aphelios shutdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was kind of unlucky. I like Lost Vision of him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't necessarily regret this play. I think this was
Yeah, I mean,
good. I just
funny
needed
enough, your 2v2 is actually good because Braum actually enables you. That's why I don't mind it either, because his passive actually procs on your passive really easily. So I agree, and it was a shutdown, so it's still worth for you. See, this is a perfect example. Like, why couldn't we do this? Okay, in this case he's half HP, but even if he's full HP, what stops you from? You see how your ult didn't even you didn't even need your ult to kill him. So even if he's full HP, you
yeah
see how he always dies to that. That's why I think like you could have like when the second dragon spawned here, you could have done this exact same thing on Aphelios right now. You flash up, you have ult up, nothing would be different. See my point?
yeah
Because I think letting them sack dragons is a very easy way to let this game. I mean, no, sorry, not like you letting them get the dragons, so you're not sacking it is an easy way for the game to go to the late game or to the game to become chaos. Anytime you have two dragons, there's becomes an extra layer of structure to the game, you know.
yeah.
This new game just feels like
This one,
it's a bunch of
yeah,
fighting.
this one I reviewed it last night, and it was just I think it was literally just as simple as like I just needed to wait like 5 more seconds for
The
before going in here.
up for what Lux to show up.
Yeah, Lux and Smolder.
Yeah, I
Um,
also think that's yeah. I think great for your teammates. Uh, it's also can be chalked up to you also just have no ult, no flash, so looking to force plays with ult and flash is usually pretty hard or bad to do, right?
yeah,
You also have a big shutdown, so the 1-4's not even worth, you know. Yeah, I mean this mid game just looked like a bunch of fighting and just hoping that any team gets caught, a bunch of chaos. If you have to talk
yeah,
about the early game, it's really just the grubs is like the big example. Like that's where you like had a huge lead and you can like dictate the map, and also like their balling is their carry force. If you looked at either a like both of them they work. If you won the grub fight, that you'd be strong enough where you could just like farm their balling because you're like 7 kill viego. And if you looked at trade, then their balling would never have been strong because you would have killed them and stopped them from snowballing. You know, like, I think that grub fight was like the big opportunity. Like you said, you want to focus for 10 minutes. That was the big opportunity to like just win the game and not risk the enemy team getting any gold or giving them any counterplay. You know.
okay. So that gross play, and then just tightening up on the first clear.
Yeah, first clear, the grub play, and then after that, it would be the realizing that I don't have to just like sack the map. I can still punish their ball in because of the champs they're playing and the gold I have. So those three things: it's the grub fight, it's the clear, and then it's the the giving second dragon. Because if you just assumed, oh, we're too weak to fight it, but you were still strong enough to get a pick before the dragon spawned. You know.
Got you.